The day humans forgot they were alive, the new monetary order and the final question of freedom. The upgrade with no opt-out. No empire lasts forever, but no empire ever truly dies. They do not collapse. They change form. When one form of control becomes too visible, it is replaced by a more subtle one. Gold was once power. Then gold became a symbol. Paper money was once belief. Then belief became habit. And when humans grow accustomed to living inside numbers, numbers no longer need explanation. What is happening is not reform, not innovation, not progress. This is an upgrade, not to make life better, but to make everything measurable. And once everything is measured, everything can be controlled. The problem is not technology. The problem is the power structure behind it. 1. The architecture of power you never see. This system has no face. There is no single person you can point to and say, him. Because real power does not need to appear. It only needs to be accepted as normal. Decisions affecting millions of lives are not made in parliaments, not debated in public, not voted on by you. They are made in rooms you will never enter, not with slogans, not with bans, but with fine print, standards, recommendations. And when you slowly realize your life is being reshaped without knowing who is responsible, the architecture has already done its job. But power only becomes permanent when it no longer needs force, and that is when another tool appears. 2. Debt. The language of obedience. Debt is not just money you owe. Debt is a promise you are forced to keep in a future you were never asked about. When a nation takes on debt, it does not only borrow money, it borrows a way of life, a structure, a trajectory. When an individual falls into debt, they do not only pay interest, they pay with time, with narrowed choices, with postponed dreams, with fear of stepping out of line. Debt teaches people to police themselves. No force required, no threats needed, just one question repeated every day. If I don't do this, what will I pay with? But for debt to become perfect, it must be tied to identity. 3. The prison without locks. When money is tied to identity, life is no longer private. No one needs to watch you every minute. You already carry the device with you. You are not forbidden to speak. You simply think before speaking. You are not forbidden to move. You simply ask yourself whether you should. No repression, no crackdowns. Just make sure every action leaves a trace. And slowly, people begin to live as if someone is always watching. Not because they are forced to, but because they are used to it. When every action becomes data, the next step is optimization. 4. When decisions are no longer made by humans, AI does not get angry. It does not feel greed. It is not cruel. But AI does not know compassion. It cannot understand how one decision can break an entire life. It only sees data. And when data becomes the only truth, humans become patterns. Decisions are no longer explained. They are simply optimized. You are not right. You are not wrong. You are compatible or not compatible. And that is enough. When choice is removed in silence, a new empire takes shape. 5. The empire that does not need to win. Old empires needed war to prove their power. This one does not. It only needs you to be unable to leave, not because there are walls, but because no other way of life can be imagined. You are not defeated. You are dissolved. And by the time you realize it, you no longer remember that you ever had another choice. But the deepest form of control is not political. It is how humans experience being alive. 6. When humans forget they are alive. At some point, the question is no longer money. It becomes, am I still alive? Or am I only allowed to exist? When a person wakes up every morning not to experience the world, but to maintain the right to remain inside the system, something has already died long before their body does. No one forces them. No one commands them. They do it themselves out of fear of being excluded. Slowly, very slowly, humans stop living as meaningful beings. They live as conditions required for the system to continue. And the greatest tragedy is not being controlled, but no longer feeling that something is wrong. 7. What the system can never touch, but there is one truth no structure of power can ever reach. The truth that you exist, before any system existed. You were not born to prove your worth. You were not born to earn the right to live. You were alive, before all measurements. The most dangerous moment for any system is not rebellion, but when people stop and ask, why am I living like this? No slogans, no banners, just one human being standing alone before the truth of existence. And the system has no answer to that moment. 8. The final question. They can control money. They can control data. They can control behavior. But there is one thing that cannot be managed: the meaning of your existence. Not because it is powerful, but because it needs no justification. Every empire in history collapses when humans stop believing they must ask permission to live. This video does not give you an answer. It leaves you alone, with a question no system wants you to ask. If you no longer need to prove your worth, what in this life still truly matters? They don't fear rebellion. They fear the moment you realize you were already free.